Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. So what is it, about 12 minutes until 3 o'clock, 27.1 centigrade, 46% humidity. Not a bad day, got a lot of blue sky out there. It is August 9th, Sunday, 80.4 according to this. So what am I up to today? Well, you guys know exactly what happened when I have a lot to do, and you know, I'm busy as heck. That means it's time to go out and get another project, right, to add to the Horde. Boy, that one looks like Trump's helicopter. I wonder what the heck he's doing upstate here. Anyway, so this was a Craigslist deal. And look, it's another one. Yep, Baja Warrior. I guess these have been made for a while, right? Just to show you there's truly two of them, not just one. Right, there you go. Number one, and here's number two. And this one should come with a Craigslist story. I might as well tell you the story. This has been on Craigslist for about a week. So I decided, I saw it and I just bought one, and you know, I was getting involved with the whole garage project, and I'm like, man, I just really can't fool around and bring another one of these rats home. But you know, I kept seeing it, and he didn't put another ad in. It was the same ad, but it was still there. So last night I called and I just said, well, mini bike's probably gone, but I figured I'd give you a quick call on it. And his son said, no, mini bike's still here, but my father's not home, so I can't help you. He'll be home, you know, tomorrow. Call at 9 a.m. So I got up at about 5 after 9. I called, and it's like, no, you can't talk to him. He's in the shower. I say, well, could you have him call me back? So about 10 o'clock he calls me back. He must like long showers or something. So he calls me back at 10 o'clock, or just before 10, and he says, yeah, I can meet you, but it has to be, you know, at this location, at this time, and you know. I'm like, okay, got to meet me at a public location. That's interesting. So I don't mind meeting anybody at a public location, right? It's safer than meeting somebody at a private location, I guess. So I go to the public location, and he's standing there with the mini bike. No car, no truck, nothing, just the mini bike. I'm like, this is weird. So I drive up, and he goes, here, put your hand on the engine, see, it's still cold. And now I'm thinking, you know, I mean, we're in a high school parking lot, and the high school has quite a bit of land around it. I'm like, what the heck, man? This guy just like drop out of heaven with this mini bike? I mean, there's no car anywhere nearby. I mean, like a good distance, like, you know, not that I can see 100 miles, but you know, I could see a good distance. So there's no car around, and I'm like looking at him. I said, how'd you get here? He goes, oh, I live locally. I pushed it here. So, you know, I took a quick look at the grass, and the grass was pretty dry, and you could tell where you pushed it across, so I could more or less figure out right from where he came from. And sure enough, there was a housing development there, but I'm thinking, man, guy really had to break his ass to push it here. I would have, you know, I would have looked around for cops, started it, and rode it here. So he goes, I wanted to show you. It starts up real easy, and you know, he goes, look, and he turns the gas on, and you see underneath where the foot peg is there, right? So the thing instantly pisses the ground. So I'm watching it pour out of the carburetor, right? And I'm kind of half smiling to myself, because now I'm thinking, oh yeah, there's no way he's getting full price out of me on this rig. So it, sure enough, but once again, it pisses the ground right there, as you see. I just turned the gas on to see if the float loosened up, and sure enough, it's still pissing the ground. So I'm looking at him, and he looks back at me, and he goes, oh, well, you know, he turns the gas off, and he pulls the string, and it fired right up. And I'll do that for you guys now, just so you can see that it probably will fire right up. Right, this is all on, I think. See if it starts. Maybe it's not on. Maybe that way is on. Sounded better like that. It might be flooded from So anyway, you can see it starts and it runs. The headlight works, which is all nice. So there we have it. I'm going to let it run for a couple of minutes anyway. Might as well let the gas burn out of it. So it started up, and you know, I took it for a quick little ride on the parking lot. It was good. It doesn't smoke. I mean, you guys can see it sounds pretty good. There's no haze of smoke around it. Nice and quiet. What's weird about this one is it's got the Homelite engine on it. It's got a much more solid pull start than this guy. Right? It looks like it's built a little different, a little heavier. So I think this is one of the older versions. Looks like whatever sticker was here, they scraped off the neck. Well, this one doesn't have a neck sticker either. It did come with the owner's manual, which was nice. I don't know. He wasn't sure how old it was. I'm not sure if he got it new or used. He didn't show me the receipt. But so now, you know, I said, okay, it's leaking gas all over the ground. What am I really going to give you on this thing? And he goes, well, I'll take 200. I said, yeah, it's worth 200 to me. So I picked it up for $200. Once again, you guys could hear it running. It goes, but it has exactly the same problem the other one has, right? Peeing the ground all over the place, right? That's obviously annoying. So it's probably another carburetor job. I'll go into the other one as a separate video. Let me just quickly say, this thing is wearing, Warrior number 2 is wearing a spare gas tank. Warrior number 1 is going to be wearing a spare gas tank also, because it's even though I patched the top of the gas tank and I redid the valve and all that other stuff, it's still pissing the ground, right? I don't like bikes or tractors or anything that leaks gas. There are a bunch of reasons. I don't need a bike to set my garage on fire. I don't need a bike to set my leg on fire when I'm out riding. I don't think it's good to waste the resource of gasoline. I don't think it's good to inhale the fumes, right? There's no good reason. There's no reason at all to have a bike dripping gas on the ground. I don't like bikes that drip oil on the ground either, right? I don't like that at all either. But gasoline, I draw a strong line. I could just picture, God forbid, this garage goes up or something, and they say, oh, liquid accelerant on the floor. Either it was torched or he had a bike leaking gas, and Therefore, we're going to make sure we give you extra trouble when it comes to paying your insurance, paying off the insurance claim. So I don't like bikes that trip gas. When I was a kid, I had a mini bike flame up while I was riding it, and it wasn't going very fast. I basically put my feet down, and the bike just continued out from underneath me, and crashed on its own. And when I was a kid, I thought that was very funny. But I just as soon, not set my manhood on fire. I've enjoyed having it for 56 years now, 57 years, and I just as soon not have it go up in a blaze of glory like that. Burns on the legs and all, not so much fun. So, picked up Warrior number 2. The character was interesting. I guess he didn't want me to know where he lived. Though on the bill of sale, he put his name, and from his answering machine, which gave me his first and last name, and his wife, who confirmed his first name, I didn't check, she didn't confirm his last name, and then he puts that on the receipt. So how hard will it be for me to either reverse his phone number and find out where he lives, or look up his name and figure out where he lives, either on tax records or whatever? But he seemed to be very phobic about me knowing where he lived, right? Craigslist, there's always a story. There's always a story. Anyway, folks, I want to thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing. Guys, please keep your feet down, keep your head up, and get out there and enjoy all your days. Get out there and have some fun. For me, I have a couple of Warriors to fix. One of them I might have to order a carburetor for. I already have a spare carburetor, but for the other one, I might have a carburetor to order. I also need to finish up and get ready for construction. It looks like I'm going to have help for next Saturday, Sunday, and Monday to actually do the project. So between now and then, I really don't want to knock everything down, because that could I really don't want the corner of the house falling down. I do have to use a hydraulic jack to get it up, and probably you guys will see some video on that too. Okay, once again, thank you all for watching and commenting, subscribing. Feet down, head up, keep your bikes out of the buckwheat, and remember to get out there and enjoy all your days. Get out there and have some fun. You don't know how many days you're going to get and how many days you're going to be healthy enough to get out there and have some fun. So get out there and enjoy it while you can. Bye now, folks.